Let's talk about locking kids' hair. I start my kids when I lock their hair at 9 years old, being that at that point they're on one stage from adolescence. Their body is starting to go into that phase of what it's going to be as an adult. The head is not going to grow too much more, all of the above. I had a few clients actually started their clients as kids, and then when they got older, this whole front row and front section stretched because the head still had time to grow. So this young man was brought into me, and he was brought in younger, but I asked him to bring him back later in age, and they did. So now that we're starting his locks, he's very excited about it. He found me on YouTube. He thought I was Jesus, so he was just ecstatic about the camera being in his face. But what I love is when I get the chance to show a child getting starter locks and how that head is going to actually be a great factor in the future. But I had to consider the source, consider the fact that he's only 9. Someday he will be 19. He's going to grow. All of these things are going to happen, and I don't want him to be unhappy with his locks in the future. So I had to make sure that he was at the right place. I even had to look at his mom and see how tall she was, see how tall the dad was. Is he going to have a growth spurt in the future? All of this stuff takes a factor in starting someone's locks. It may just seem easy, just do a little coil and it's done, but to me, I process the logic in the whole situation. So watch, we're going to lock this baby's hair and get it. Alright, first what we did right after his shampoo and his deep conditioning, which you guys know I'm a stickler with shampooing and deep conditioning, we trimmed his ends. Now he was afraid because he was a little boy, he's never had his ends trimmed, which was fine. But I always promise my people, I'm just going to trim your ends. I'm not going to cut your hair off. Longer hair locks faster than shorter hair. So I don't have to make you bald to get this process started, and longer hair does not intimidate me. So basically all I did was trim his ends lightly so that when I comb his hair with this type of comb and these little bitty teeth go through anyone's hair, it's not going to snatch those dead ends off. That plays an important role in this. Please make sure that you're not fighting the client, you're not snatching the client's hair. The client is not uncomfortable when you snatching their hair with this type of comb. You just want to make sure that it's just a healthy flow of the coil. So trimming the ends is what's going to help out the most. Trim those ends. Here is another one of those consider the source moments. So my boy has shrinkage because his curl pattern is so tight, but his hair is fine. So it looks like he has a whole lot of it, but he really doesn't. So he told me he wanted them small. His mother told me she wanted them as full as possible, and I said that's not a problem. We could do that. So the size that I went for here was a little bit larger than a small, but right under a medium, what you guys would call schmedium. At that point, I chose that size because it would give him a full head, just in case his head grew anymore. Then we can work that front, fix that front without having any issues or having really huge lock parts, just in the front, and that same thing not in the back. As well as I'm working with his fine hair to make sure that if anything happens in the future, even though I'm building his hair up with healthy products, if anything happens in the future, he won't lose, hair won't start breaking, or locks won't start falling out. That's what I like. So I'm thinking of his future right as I'm putting his locks in his head. You have to process that information, or you'll make a lock one size fit all. Everybody's locks will be the same size, but that's not what they want. They want a full head. They want versatility. Some want small, some want large, and you have to be able to give them that, as well as give them versatility with the amount of locks that you give them, so that they can have a style or whatever they want in the future. I just did a lock extension, and she had a mother count them. I gave her 130 lock extensions. Well, I've seen some people give folks just 80 lock extensions because they're tired of working. No, I want a full head. Just if you had a roller set, them curls would be full. You had finger waves, them waves would be full. You had a scrunch or a curl, whatever, that hair would be full. Same thing for my locks. You're not gonna walk around here scabby, but when you had a roller set and you was sitting on the third row of that church, that baby couldn't even see through your hair. But now that you just started locks, she can know and understand how much money you finna put in the church basket. Nah, that's not gonna work around here. So little man and everybody else that sat in my chair or do sit in my chair gets a head full, even if they just get 30. You're gonna have a head full of 30. I like to keep my products light, and I like to keep my hair light as well. The only solution I used for this today, for this starter lock, was the lock and curl. That was the only training solution I needed because it has different amino acids and different botanical oils and silkening oils and vitamin restoring agents in it that's going to help those locks progress into what I need them to be in the future. They won't start out with any type of buildup. We're not forcing this with a 2-strand twist. We're just doing a single strand coil with a great part to lock ratio. Again, those things that you guys are making up sometimes can play a negative role in your locking phase. And if you don't do it the right way, and you don't take care of the hair the right way, you will lose. I say it over and over, you will lose. And for everybody out there that's saying you can't condition locks, I don't understand how you conditioned your healthy natural hair when it was loose, but when the moment you coiled it up, it's like it became a whole different head of hair, and now you don't want to condition anymore. I don't get it. But I can tell you one thing, I condition every single client that I have. Every single client comes at least every 3 to 4 weeks to keep this process going. And you can see on my Instagram that there are many levels of progression where these people are growing. These people are healthy, and these people are very happy. So, understand, keep it healthy and keep it light, and you'll be alright. I just want to thank God. This baby sat still for me the entire time. I know he wanted to kill me. I know he was tired of me snatching on his hat, but that's alright. We got his lock started. And once we got his lock started, he realized all these cameras and phones and stuff was in his face. He was told his mama, he was like, I'm going to be famous. And he's sure right. He's going to be famous. I don't know at what, but he's going to be famous. And don't you steal that man's sunshine, haters. So now we got his lock started. We got him great. We got him good. He got the great lock to part ratio. I took my time. You see that hair went from being a Brillo pad shrunk up in a cotton field till it was draping and hanging now on his neck. He got some length, he got some hangage, and he feeling real good. And she just yawned at me again. But he feeling real good. So I wanted y'all to watch this so that you can see that the babies is getting locked up. I start my babies off at 9 years old just to make sure that they are good, that make sure their head don't grow, but all is gonna be well. So I'm gonna check out right now because I'm tired. I know you hear the cracking in my voice. She yawning on me.